What up, though? What up, though? We are back with another episode of Rennie and Friends. We got a lot to unpack. We got a lot to discuss. So we're going to get into it. We're going to talk about the Breakfast Club. You know what I'm saying? We want to talk about Ebro and Pete. You know, a lot of stuff that's going on. You know what I'm saying? A lot of stuff that's going on in I would say, the media space. And, we need to address it because, as creators, as podcasters, a lot of stuff needs to be discussed, and we're gonna get into it. You feel me? That's what we here for. So we're gonna get into it. All right. So we're gonna start off with Ebro and Pete Rosenberg. You know what I'm saying? Hot 97 canceling the show. Um, it was definitely a hurt piece for what I didn't see that coming. You feel me? Like a lot of people is like, the ratings and all that stuff. I definitely didn't see that coming. You know what I'm saying? The morning show, I didn't see that coming. 20 years, that's a long time, you know what I'm saying? But we in a different time that things change, and when we in the space that we in, we have to make sure that we adapt with the times. So that's what I'm gonna discuss on this episode. You know what I'm saying? More so, us realizing that we in a space that you know we have to adapt with the times. Things change, and if you don't adapt with the times, you're going to be left behind. And what happens with a lot of companies is some of them adapt and they be like, all right, well, it's time to get into this space, which is visual, uh audio, straight to the consumer, streaming. It's a lot of different spaces that people are deciding to get into, and that's what's important right now. And one thing I'm gonna say as a creator, you know what I'm saying, is it's a time where we thrive. We thrive because we have the opportunity to set the trends, to set what's next, to basically be, creative. You don't have to be in a box. You don't have to go with the standards. You don't have to go with people were doing years ago. It's a new time now. So that's my message to all creators out there. You know what I'm saying? Now, as far as with, Ebro, he ended up going to Apple Music. He already had a show on there, of course. And, a couple of days later, he's on Apple Music. He's dropping his episodes of his new show. And what I want to say about that is most people say he should have took a break, give the people time to see who the next person was going to be, who they was going to replace, the morning show with at High 97. And I want to discuss that. That was definitely something I thought about. Like, damn, that was a fast move. He was on it, you know what I'm saying? But I also thought about, well, if he got this play in order, he going to make the play. And what he going to do is make the people adjust, you know what I'm saying? So, something I paid attention to. Now, on another note, most people feel like, it was a good idea to, jump in fast. I agree too. I feel like, hey, if you got it, jump in. I also feel like if whatever your affairs is, whatever, plays you got on the table and you want to transition it to another field, cool. That's all it is. But a lot of people are saying that they didn't expect this coming. And that's what I seen. Like the response from Ebro and Pete, they did not see this coming. You know what I'm saying? And that's something I'm gonna discuss right now. When you at these companies, you know what I'm saying, and the space that we in, you have to realize that not only do times change, but these companies, when they get new deals and get new situations on the table, they decide what they want to do. They have the power, they have the authority. So what I learned with that is like, all right, well, create your own space, be able to make your decisions, build your team, make your team see your vision, share your dream with your team. You know what I'm saying? I mean, it may rhyme, but I'm just keeping it real. And make sure that everybody gets a chance to be able to be a part of what you're doing. Don't make it just about yourself. Like Rennie and Friends is not just about myself, it's about me and my friends and a space that we in, that we have to be creative and we have to adapt to the times. And that's why we don't just do podcasts, we do skits, we do all types of long form, short form content, we do vlogs, we do a lot of stuff to keep the people interact outside of just talking about, what's going on in the entertainment space, you know what I'm saying? Was basically, I would say, going on, period. We try to let people in our world. That's what the Party Crashers is about. That's what everything that we do. So the reason I'm saying that is because when you have your own platform, you're able to make these decisions. And that's my advice to creators. You know what I'm saying? All the creators listening, that's my advice to y'all. It's my reason for doing this, my purpose for doing this is for the creators to understand. We're in a space right now that we have to adapt with the times, we have to stay creative, and we also have to make sure that we stay on our grind. You know what I'm saying? What I mean by stay on our grind is make sure that we don't get too comfortable, too caught up in the fame and the hype and the popularity, because none of that matters when you're not creating. You know what I'm saying? That the people will fade, they will go to the next creator, the next wave, the next streamer, all of that. Next podcast, next anything. You know what I'm saying? So that's something important that a lot of people need to pay attention to. Now I'm gonna get into, the Breakfast Club, you know what I'm saying? With the Netflix situation, I have to salute that. That is definitely something that's powerful. That, you know what I'm saying? That's a power move. You know what I'm saying? And that's what I'm paying attention to. All these people are making these power moves, these game changer situations, and it makes you pay attention to the creative space and be like, wow, this is the time we in right now. And we have to adapt. We have to stay current. You know what I'm saying? Also, we gotta stay in our bag. A lot of creators gotta stay in their bag. You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of podcasts and stuff, it's an open space. It's an open market. It's a lot of rappers creating podcasts. It's a lot of creators creating podcasts. You know what I'm saying? It's a lot of podcasters that have so much going on. You know what I'm saying? That it's a dope field to be in, but it's also a space that you have to pay attention to and be like, dang, stay in your lane. That's something I'm gonna say to all podcasters or creators. Stay in your lane because it can get you far. Staying in your lane can get you far. It can get you to the point where you'll decide what you want to do next. You don't let nothing, no narratives, no situations that's going on decide what's next. You decide what next. And that's something that, I paid attention to, me being, a creator and an artist. I try to realize that I have to pace myself and realize it's on my time. And since it's on my time, I do everything on my time. And that's my advice to everybody that's listening, every young nigga, you know what I'm saying? All the YNs out there, all the creators, do stuff on your time. Make sure that you create at your own pace.